My law partner, John Taylor, and I tried a case. It was a horrific motorcycle accident case. We represented the motorcyclist. He had very severe internal injuries, but his outward appearance, with clothes on, he looked relatively normal. He walked with a cane and he had a limp. John and I, before trial, said, how do we convey to the jury what this 23-year-old man goes through with his injuries when he's going to walk into the courtroom, and he'll walk into the courtroom with a cane, and the jury will look at him and say, okay, you know, he's got a limp, but he doesn't look that bad. And what we decided upon, and what eventually worked incredibly successfully, was to hire Vahe and Vache to do a day in the life video. When we played that video for the jury, it summed up in 10 minutes what Mr. Malabo probably never could sum up just verbally from the stand. And that's why it worked so absolutely to perfection. The other great part, we also had a mediation before the trial. And before that mediation, we wanted to convey to the other side just how serious we felt this case was, and to justify our settlement demand. And sure, we could have just sent them the standard stuff in writing, a demand letter, mediation brief, but we knew that wasn't going to carry the day. And so, again, we retained Vahe and Vache, who put together a really fantastic video for mediation purposes. And the video consisted of not only day in the life snippets of our client, but it also featured snippets from interviews of of key witnesses, interviews from family members, photographs from the accident scene. I mean, basically it was an opening statement done in about 7 to 10 minutes in a very graphic and compelling style. Our client ended up testifying right about in the middle of the case. And at that point in the case, we had no feel from the jury if they were leaning towards our side yet or not. And our client testified, and in the midst of his testimony, we also played the day in the life video. And I can tell you this, there was a clerk in the courtroom, the judge's clerk, who was a battle-hardened lady who had been a clerk for 20 years, had seen it all, done it all, and she was no nonsense, and she showed no emotion to anyone who stepped into that courtroom. In this trial, as our client testified, and as the day in the life video was shown, we later learned this clerk stepped up from her desk, walked into the back, and we didn't know why, and then later on told us she had to do so because she broke down in tears and she had never cried in 20 years sitting in a courtroom. That's how powerful the day in the life video was in connection and when it was used with our client's testimony. Vahe and Vache, they are top-notch, total professionals. I highly recommend using them. I would use them in any case. It's a one-stop shop. You can use, not only set up your mediation video, your settlement video, but at the same time that they're putting it together, you've also just created your day in the life video for trial. And so those two things put together make a powerful package. I highly recommend it.